The Symphony of Solitude, Lily's journey from silence to sound. The hum of the refrigerator, once a mundane backdrop to Lily's bustling life, now echoed in the cavernous silence of her apartment. It was a lonely symphony, a stark contrast to the vibrant soundscapes she used to orchestrate. Lily, a renowned sound engineer, had always lived in a world of frequencies, of decibels, of sonic textures. Her ears were her compass, guiding her through the intricate tapestry of urban life, from the cacophony of construction sites to the delicate whisper of rustling leaves. But now, the only sounds that reached her were the muffled echoes of her own retreating footsteps, trapped within the four walls that had become both her sanctuary and her prison. It had started subtly, a creeping unease that shadowed her every step outside. Then came the layoff, a brutal chord that shattered the rhythm of her life. The world, once a stage for her sonic artistry, now felt like a hostile concert hall, its amplified noises assaulting her senses, its crowds a suffocating wave threatening to drown her. Lily retreating into the perceived safety of her apartment, a self-imposed exile from the world she once commanded. Agoraphobia, a silent predator, had claimed her. The outside world, once a source of inspiration, now loomed like a monstrous orchestra, its discordant instruments blaring a terrifying symphony of chaos. The mere thought of crossing her threshold sent her heart racing, her breath catching in her throat like a stuck record. Her apartment, once a temporary refuge, had become her permanent cage. The silence, initially a welcome respite from the overwhelming noise, soon morphed into a suffocating blanket. It pressed down on her, heavy and suffocating, amplifying her isolation. The silence wasn't empty, it was filled with the echoes of her anxieties, the whispers of her fears, the deafening roar of her self-doubt. It was a silence that screamed. Lily wandered through her apartment, a ghost haunting the rooms of her former life. The tools of her trade, once symbols of her passion, now lay dormant, gathering dust like forgotten instruments in a deserted concert hall. Her headphones, once her gateway to sonic universes, hung limply on their stand, their silence a mocking reminder of her lost connection. One afternoon, amidst the oppressive quiet, a peculiar sound broke through the monotony. It was the rhythmic ticking of the grandfather clock in the hallway, a sound she had barely registered before. But now, in the vast emptiness of her silence, it resonated with a newfound clarity. Tick. Tock. Tick. Tock. A steady, unwavering beat in the desolate landscape of her solitude. Lily found herself drawn to the sound, mesmerized by its simple rhythm. She closed her eyes, letting the tick-tock fill the silence, creating a small pocket of sound in the vast emptiness. It was a comforting sound, a reminder of the steady passage of time, a gentle pulse in the stillness. As she listened, other sounds began to emerge from the silence. The gentle hum of the refrigerator, the soft creak of the floorboards beneath her feet, the distant rumble of a passing car. Sounds that had been mere background noise before now took on a new significance. They were the subtle whispers of her environment, the quiet hum of life, continuing even within the confines of her isolation. An idea sparked in Lily's mind, a tiny flicker of hope in the darkness of her despair. What if she could capture these sounds, these subtle whispers of her world, and weave them into a new kind of music? A music born not of grand orchestras and complex arrangements, but of the intimate sounds of her solitude. She started small, recording the ticking of the clock, the hum of the refrigerator, the creak of the floorboards. She used her old recording equipment, the familiar tools, a comforting presence in her isolated world. She experimented with the sounds, manipulating them, layering them, creating intricate sonic textures from the mundane noises of her everyday life. The squeak of the kitchen faucet became a high-pitched melody, the rustling of the curtains a gentle percussive rhythm, the clinking of her teacup a delicate chime. Her apartment, once a prison of silence, transformed into a sonic laboratory, a place where she could explore the hidden music of her solitude. Lily's music wasn't just about capturing the sounds of her environment, it was about expressing the emotions that churned within her. The loneliness, the fear, the frustration, all found their voice in the intricate soundscapes she created. Her music became her language, a way to communicate the inexpressible, a bridge between her inner world and the outer world she had shut out. She called her music the Symphony of Solitude, a testament to the power of silence to inspire creativity, a celebration of the beauty hidden within the mundane. As she composed, she began to heal. The act of creating, of transforming her pain into art, was cathartic. It was a way to reclaim her voice, to find beauty in the broken pieces of her life. One day, as she was listening back to a particularly moving piece, a melody built from the rhythmic tapping of rain against her windowpane, a thought occurred to her. What if she shared her music with others? What if her symphony of solitude could resonate with someone else trapped in their own silence? The thought was terrifying. Sharing her music meant exposing her vulnerability, revealing the depths of her isolation. But it also offered a glimmer of hope, a chance to connect with the world outside, to break free from the prison of her agoraphobia. She started cautiously, sharing her music anonymously online, using a pseudonym, Echo. She was amazed by the response. People were drawn to the raw emotion in her music, the honesty of its expression. They heard their own stories in her sonic landscapes, their own hidden emotions echoing in her melodies. Echo's music became a sensation, a whispered secret shared among those who understood the language of silence. People wrote to her, sharing their own experiences with isolation, their own struggles with mental health. They found solace in her music, a sense of connection in the shared experience of solitude. Lily, hidden behind her pseudonym, found herself connecting with the world in a way she never had before. Her music, born of her isolation, had become a bridge to others, a testament to the power of art to transcend boundaries and connect hearts. The positive feedback gave her a tentative courage. She started venturing out of her apartment, taking small steps at first, a short walk to the corner store, a visit to the nearby park. The world outside was still daunting, but it no longer felt like a hostile concert hall. It was now a source of inspiration, a place filled with new sounds, new textures, new stories waiting to be told. Lily's journey was far from over. Agoraphobia was not a demon easily vanquished. There were still days when the anxiety would creep back, when the silence would threaten to engulf her again. But now, she had a weapon, a tool to fight back against the darkness. She had her music. She continued to create, her symphony of solitude evolving, growing richer and more complex as she ventured further into the world. Her music became a chronicle of her journey, a testament to her resilience, a celebration of the power of the human spirit to find beauty and connection even in the deepest silence. Lily, the former sound engineer trapped in her apartment, had become Lily, the composer of her own life, conducting a symphony of hope, resilience, and the enduring power of sound to connect us all. Her silence had not been her end, but rather the genesis of her most beautiful composition.